Let me talk about some other issues. Obviously, the opening of the Green Line, a very big event in September. Thank you all for being there. It has been, I think, really quite amazing. We've been running about 17,000 rides on the Green Line. Actually opening the first Monday, the first workday week trip was at about 17,000. We've been staying at about that level right now. That's a bit below where we would hope to be at the end of this first year, but don't forget those projections were made long before the economic crisis occurred. And as you all know, our ridership generally mirrors the economy and therefore has been down. Overall, we have seen that our ridership, because of that max increase, but in total ridership up about 12% for weekly rides compared to last September. Weekday trips nearly 10% higher, weekend about 19% higher. But along the Green Line, we, as I said, had those. It's about 70% of what we originally projected, but with the economy, we think that that as the economy comes back, we will see those improvements on that ridership as well. Another issue that's occurred since we last met is the actual starting of school and the beginning of the free bus transit pass program. Let me make sure you understand, again, as important as that is, it is one that is being paid for by the City of Portland, by the Portland Public School District, and principally being offset by a Betsy tax credit, the business tax credit program, investment program. That in the initial days we had some overcrowding. There was a bit of a communication glitch. Portland Public Schools had actually changed a couple of the opening times of the schools which we were not aware of, and we were anticipating slightly later arrival times, and they actually moved some of those times. We quickly filled it with what we call trippers, that is extra buses that are in just for that peak period. This has been particularly critical around Cleveland High School and two others, but principally around Cleveland, and that has moved forward. Another subject, the Fairless Square, no longer square, probably never really was square, or barely started off it that way. It certainly hadn't been for some time with the extension to the Lloyd Center, but now named the Free Rail Zone because of come January 3rd, as approved by you. The service will still cover the same general area, but will in fact be on the rail only. There is a special pass for honored citizens who are in the downtown area, living in the downtown area, to be able to use it with a photo ID, an ability to be able to use cross-directional buses if that's something that's important to them. And that program we will be putting in place really come in the early weeks of December and really have that up and operating for those honored citizens. Let me give you a brief update on the stimulus. Federal stimulus funds are helping to us improve several of the Eastside Max stations that I mentioned earlier. And starting last week, we began preparing to repaint 6 of the Eastside stations and using those stimulus dollars for it. We'll complete those efforts and then move on to pedestrian and bicycle improvements here, utilizing stimulus dollars as well. This week we're also installing channel cards. Those are the cards that go up on the inside of the vehicles, and just they'll be inside every bus and on MAX trains, alerting our riders to how to prevent the spread of the season flu, the H1N1 variety. I mean, again, I think you all know that there are still the normal seasonal flu that is there. That's what you get flu shots for. The H1N1 is a particularly strong version. It appears, I am told, every every few decades in terms of this level of intensity. But if we're asking people to be particularly careful, the message is cover your cough and sneezes. There's a link to our website for more information. and we hope that we can keep people healthy. The best thing that many of the hospitals are saying is wash your hands regularly. That is one of the things you can really do to be able to ensure that as much as possible to be able to keep the spread down. We did receive, since we last talked, an award from the American Public Transit Association. It's a first place award in the what they refer to as the Shoestring Award for our Downtown the Easy Way campaign. You may have seen these on the sides of buses. It's focused around what do you think about, what do you think of when you're riding the bus? And we actually came up with some ideas that we thought were pretty good, and then we asked our riders to send us in many more, and we've now used those, and they are in fact on the sides of the buses. We think it's a fun way to be able to kind of create these thought bubbles, and if you've seen it, it's everything from organizing the messy purse to having a chance just to read or think. Anyway, it's just it's another creative way, and on a shoestring, as the award implies. Fun, kind of an award, but to get first place, thanks to our creative people in our marketing division. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions, but that completes the report. Okay, questions, George?
Yeah, Greg, a question for you, or perhaps someone else in the Gresham audience, if you don't know. The Center for Advanced Learning, for which the Civic Drive station will serve, is that a standalone entity? Is that tied to Mount Hood?
I can't speak to it. Who can?
It's part of the Reynolds School District.
Reynolds School. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and if you came out, by the way, on the, we have installed some of that railing, still some concerns about whether or not it's the right architectural coatings on it. That's an issue to be dealt with, but if you were on the train platform, you would have seen or come by that, you would see that the channeling, because the issue here is the school's right next to the tracks. The concern was that students would come walking across the tracks without looking. And the platform, the new platform, is on the other side of the road. So there would be, not high speed, but there is, movement through that. What this does is really channel people so that they have to kind of end up looking in the direction the train's coming before they would turn to cross. We think that's the best way to be able to preserve safety. Sorry. Yes. Board member Fairmont.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Fred. And not a question, but I'd just like to add credit to your remarks on, I came on almost 2 years ago on TriMet, and out here in the East County there was an atmosphere of fear. And I just want to say that this time, with the good job that, along with the TriMet Transit Police, the Gresham Police, and the other mayors in the area, it's almost gone now, almost. But it is. Now people can get on it, they're smiling, they're not afraid to ride Max anymore. And I think it's a compliment to the community, but especially the leadership that you all gave in that, getting that job done.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. All right.